I thought it was wrong in principle, and I don't think it will work in practice. I think it breaches human rights. It breaches the rule of law in this country. It breaches our international obligations under the European Convention on Human Rights, and I think it's a very shabby way to treat people who fled for safety. I fear that it will damage our reputation because the Supreme Court held that it wasn't safe to send people to Rwanda, and this legislation overrides the wishes of the Supreme Court, and it overrides the chance of an appeal to the European Court of Human Rights, or it limits the chance of doing that. So I think our international reputation will not be improved. It will be damaged by something which goes against all our traditions. Now, we can't take everybody who wants to come to Britain for asylum, but we can surely take our share of responsibility. And that doesn't mean having legislation which criminalizes people who come across the channel and then sending some of them away to a distant country. I don't think that's the right way forward, and I think the world will see it that way. In the last year or so, there are at least 6 people from Rwanda who've claimed asylum in this country, and we have given them asylum. So it seems to me very curious that the country is not safe enough for those people, and we accept them as refugees from Rwanda, and yet we want to send our people there. It's a very regrettable thing. The commitment by the Labour Party, if we win the election, then we will repeal this legislation. We don't think it has a sensible part to play in our policies as regards asylum seekers and refugees.
We're seriously concerned about this policy, which we believe is cruel and inhumane and fundamentally the wrong approach. We've been concerned and we've campaigned against it since it was announced as a policy 2 years ago. We know that the government has stated its intention to remove hundreds, potentially thousands of people who've approached the UK as seeking asylum to Rwanda. There are large numbers of people now in the asylum system and being held in detention at various points of the immigration process now in the UK who will be fearing whether immediately or directly threatened removal to Rwanda or not, will be fearing being sent on a one-way ticket to a third country. This law poses some fundamental questions about the UK's reputation in terms of our commitment and our upholding of international law, international principles and human rights in particular.